Hey, welcome to Swimming with St. John. This is a special edition. This is a video review of the Rite. Is it right? Is it all right? Just a note, we're going to have some spoilers in this, so I'll give you a clue. We're going to talk about the movie in depth, and so when I tell you shut it off, if you don't want spoilers, then shut it off. But what'd you think of the movie? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
Literally both thumbs up. This is a beautiful piece. This is definitely about faith. This is about finding your way in your faith. And it does it in such a good, sort of down and dirty, hands-on, physically out there way. And it definitely asks you to ask yourself the question about your beliefs. You can call yourself a Christian or you can call yourself Catholic, but it definitely points at you and literally tells you, make a choice. Ask yourself the question, is this who you are? Who are you as a Christian person? It definitely has some moments there where, for me, I was very emotional. I cried probably many spots in the movie from beginning to end. It wasn't so much a scary movie as it was a pointed movie about who am I, Judy W., what do I believe? Do I actually believe that I can be influenced by temptation? And then further, do I believe that if I accept that temptation and go the way that's definitely further from God, how do I think that's going to end up? So, yeah. What do you think?
Well, I also give it thumbs up. I think it was a great movie. Anthony Hopkins saved this movie. He, he's an amazing actor. He truly is. He can take any part and make you believe that he's lived this part his entire life. The other actors in the movie, fortunately, you don't spend too much time on them. And, they're all, to me, they seem all fairly new actors, fairly green. And so there was a lot of times when I was like, okay, let's get moving. And there was, as I'm going to say on our podcast, there's that moment when you see Anthony Hopkins on the screen, you're like, oh, that's Anthony Hopkins. And then after that point, you forget that that's who he is. And he becomes this priest, and it just becomes an overwhelming experience. The makeup was awesome. It's not much of a pea soup movie, as they said.
No special effects.
No special effects.
Just really great action.
Yeah, just a lot of drama, a lot of great acting, a lot of great makeup, great lighting. The locations were amazing. I'm so glad. I'm sure they went to
Rome
Italy.
Was just gorgeous.
Gosh, I can't wait to go to Madrid and Italy and walk some of those streets, even though I may not be able to walk the streets they walk, but very cool. So, thumbs up from me, thumbs up from Judith. So, if you're not into spoilers, stop now, hit the end of the podcast, because from here on out, we're going to talk about actually scenes in the movie. So, this movie is a scary movie. There's a lot of Hollywood moments. And one that just cracked me up was the priest that we're following. He goes and he's looking in the window trying to find Anthony Hopkins, and there's all these cats scurrying around, and there's this intense moment where he's looking through the window, and all of a sudden, there's a cat right there. And it's like, right, Hollywood movie.
Yes.
It was kind of lame. But everybody in the audience went, and so there was that.
Definitely. The take it apart where the guy we're following, he said he basically is sitting down standing up for the first time and seeing an actual exorcism as it's being played out. And he, as a young priest or as a young seminarian, is expecting to see something really grand happen, and he doesn't really believe that this is all real. And so when this young lady actually starts to address him, I think for the second time, and speaks English after not knowing any other language but her own, he then finally starts to ask himself, hey, what's this all about?
Yeah. Don't want to give away the ending, but it all comes together at the end, of course. There's other scary moments in there. There's true Hollywood moments where they're like in this tight hallway, and you see Anthony Hopkins' face in the background, but he's not in that scene. That cracked me up. But yeah, it was all about the makeup, the acting.
Oh yeah. Not to spoil it too much, but the scene in the bedroom when Anthony's character definitely takes on the devil himself, Baal. Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, spoiler.
Just absolutely the knocking of the hooves behind the door as Satan is trying to get, literally surround him and his spectator, his friend, and just absolutely the sound literally from the belting of Mr. Hopkins is just absolutely
And
pristine.
the
I
voices.
loved that.
They
They
had this echo to the voices. They use this in many movies where you have one voice and then another voice track over it, and creepy. I did like how they did play on the skepticism of this priest, or seminarian in this thing.
Excuse me, yeah.
Yeah, seminarian, okay.
Yeah.
Father Gary, sorry, he was a priest for many years before he went. But anyways, yeah, the skepticism, there was one scene where the Anthony Hopkins character as the mentor priest reaches into a pillow and pulls out a frog. They get back to his place, and there's a whole pond full of frogs. Kind of skeptical, did he do this just to appease the family, or was there really something there? But then this priest gets back to his apartment, and it is covered in frogs on the other side of town. So kind of weird little moments like that. A lot of fun, being that we've met Gary Thomas. He grew up in San Francisco. During the scene where they're burying the mother, it's snowing. I went...
Obviously in the middle of Illinois. I mean, come on. Illinois is beautiful. How could you miss what it looks like in Illinois? It's absolutely stunning. The snow was beautiful.
Yeah. And so I guess they had to use that because they said that this priest is from Chicago.
Right.
Knowing better, hey, okay, based on the story, so... Oh well. But it was a moment for me in the movie where I kind of dropped out of the world of the movie, and that kind of disturbed me a little bit. But overall, really good movie. Go out and see it.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
I'd like to go see it again. I'm sure that there's some things that I totally missed or will pick up again, and hopefully it will help me ask me more questions about my faith.
But as I was discussing with my wife on the way home, is it a rent or is it a buy when it comes to DVD?
For me, I'm thinking of buying it. Yeah.
I would actually call it a rent myself. I might actually buy it myself. Woo! We just went dark. Let me turn on the lights there. There we go. And back in this frame. We're filming in one of the hallways here at St. John's. I would actually call it a rent. I probably will buy it myself, but once you've seen the movie, you know the story. The acting wasn't all that hot, other than Anthony did a wonderful job. But since Father's from the area, I'm a youth director, all the spiritual stuff, I'll probably buy it for you, the watcher. One viewing, probably good enough. It's kind of heavy material.
Yeah.
And so, unless you're heavy faithful like us, once through, probably good enough, but it's a definite watch. So, with that, go out, see the Rite. If you catch this before February 13th, there's a special showing. Hit www.dsj.org, and you might be able to get a special viewing. Other than that, go out, see it on your own, see it at your local theater, get nice and comfy there, because be ready to be surprised. God bless, and from us here at Swimming with St. John, God bless. Go see a movie.
Good night.